Hello, this is math lesson 11-6 for Friday, January 22nd, 2021. If you need to pause the video at any time to answer any questions the video may have or your student may have, you could do so at any time. Okay, let's get started.
Josh needs to shovel snow from 50 driveways. He has already shoveled 30 of them. How many driveways does Josh have left to shovel? You have learned a few different ways to solve this subtraction problem. One way to solve the problem is to use a 100 chart. Where do you start on the 100 chart to subtract? You start at 50, because it is the number of driveways that Josh has to shovel. What do you do to subtract 30 on the 100 chart? Select your answer.
Okay, if you're going to take the shortcut and you want to subtract 30, do you move up 3 rows or do you move left 3 columns? Well, if you remember, we start on the first number, the biggest number, and then if we're going to subtract by tens, we need to move up. So 30 would be up 3 rows. 10, 20, 30.
You move up 3 rows since 30 is 3 tens. Each time you move up a row, you subtract 1 10. 50 minus 30 equals 20. Another way to solve the problem is to use a number line. What does the first hop from 50 to 40 show? It shows that you subtracted 110 from 50. So, what do the next 2 hops show? They show that you subtracted 2 more tens, or 20 more. You subtracted 30 in all. So, 50 minus 30 equals 20. You can also think addition to subtract. How can you think addition to solve this problem? Since Josh has already shoveled 30 driveways, he needs to shovel some more to shovel 50 driveways in all. So you can think about what number you should add to 30 to get 50. 30 plus 20 equals 50. So 50 minus 30 equals 20.
What's your favorite way to subtract?
Okay, so that's what we're doing today. You need to be in your math workbook, volume 2, and you need to be on page 641. 641 with a pencil. Okay, you should be on page 641. It should look like this. Let's read the directions and find out what we have to do. It says, solve the subtraction problem. Use the strategy you think works best. Explain why. Okay, so this the equation is 60 minus 40. And I think the easiest way for me to do this would be to use my number grid. So I'm going to go to my Google Classroom page, go down to Student Tools, and I'm going to click on the number grid so I have it here. Okay, so the equation is 60 minus 40. Okay, so I'm going to start on the biggest number, which is 60, which is right here, and I need to take away 40. Now, I could take 40 hops backwards, but that's going to take too long. So I know that when I subtract by tens, I can go up rows. Okay, so 40 would be up 4 rows. Let's count by tens to 40. We'll go up. Ready? Go. 10, 20, 30, 40. And so this is the number that I landed on, which is 20. Now, another easy way to do this, you learned in your last lesson, if you look at the tens place first, a 6 and a 4. If you do 6 minus 4, that equals 2. And then you can look in the ones place, a 0 and a 0. And you know that if you have nothing and you take away nothing, you are left with nothing. So it would be 0. So that's another easy way that you can solve the problem. If you would like to do an open number line, if that's easier for you to do, you can do it that way. The other way is you could think addition to help you subtract. If those are easier for you, you can do it that way. If not, use your number grid or look at the tens and the ones place. Okay, turn the page. Okay, there's the girl at the top from the video, and she's showing you the different ways that you can subtract tens. So if you forget a strategy, just look at the top. Okay, let's read the directions for numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4. It says use the partial hundred chart or another strategy to solve each subtraction problem. So since it gave us a part of a number grid, let's just use that to solve these problems. Okay, number 1 says 70 minus 10. Now here's 70. Now if I want to do minus 10, I know that subtracting, we have to go either backwards 10, or when you're subtracting tens, you go up rows. Okay, so this is just 10, so all we have to do is go up one row, 10. So 70 minus 10 equals 60. And once again, you could do the tens in the ones place. 7 minus 1 equals 6. And 0 minus 0 in the ones place equals 0. All right, try number 2 on your own, and we'll go through it here in a minute. All right, number 2 is 60 minus 20. So if you start on 60 on your number grid, here's 60, and we take away 20. You could take 20 halves backwards, or you can do the shortcut and go up rows. Okay, so 20 would be up 2 rows. Count by tens to 20. 10, 20. And we landed on 40. So 60 minus 20 equals 40. If we do the tens in the ones place, 6 tens minus 2 tens equals 4 tens, and 0 minus 0 equals 0. So that's another way to get 40. Okay, try number 3 and number 4 by yourself, and then we'll go through it here in a minute. Okay, number 3, 43 minus 10. Okay, here's 43 on our number grid. We were subtracting 10, so take 10 hops backwards, or we could take the shortcut, and we're just subtracting 10, so we go up one row. Because we know minus is going, when you're subtracting tens, you know you go up. So 43 minus 10 equals 33. The tens and the ones, 4 tens minus 1 10 equals 3 tens, and 3 minus 0 equals 3. Okay, our last one, 70 minus 30. Okay, here's 70. You can take 30 hops backwards, but that would take a really long time. So we'll just do the shortcut. We know we're subtracting 10, so we need to go up rows. Okay, so let's start on 70. 30 would be up 3 rows. So let's count by tens till we get to 30. Ready, go. 10, 20, 30. So we know that 70 minus 30 equals 40. If you look at your tens and your ones, 7 tens minus 3 tens equals 4 tens, and 0 minus 0 in the ones place equals 0. Okay, if you were good on that page, please look at the next page. Page 643. Your job today is to do 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. You do not have to do the bottom. If you would like to, that would be great, because it's not a difficult one. You just have to read a story problem. Okay, so optional. Do it if you want, but you have to do the top, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. When you are done with the top, you can do some extra problems on the next page, page 644. You could also do problems on page 645. And there's also practice problems you can do on page 646. Okay, when you're done with that, please do your quick check on the Savas website. Do not get behind on those. It's hard to catch up. That's it for today. Thank you.